Friday night, and we're inside the van just chilling. Temperature has definitely risen up, which is quite beautiful. YouTube. Oh, someone else is live on YouTube too. All right, Vancity Vanlife. I'm alone in here. Oh, email notification. Vancity Vanlife's now live. Hi. Hey, everyone. Give me a sec. There we go. Give me a sec. What's going on? I'm coming. Booyah! What's up? Okay, I'm getting there. Hold on. Gotta get my bifocals on. Ugh. I should have called the live stream Old Guy Vibes. Man, oh my goodness. Let me clean my camera off. There we go. That's crisp and clear. Ooh. You guys. There we go. You got it, man. It is a live stream kind of night tonight. I didn't get around to editing a video today, so I figured I would just chuck up a live. I'm going to hang out with you guys a little bit in the van tonight. I got a video done. Hey, what's up? Roman Hobo, Mandy, Lauren P. Let's go. RV Davey, does the customers pay the 25% tariffs from the USA? Yes. So that's how that works, is when there's a tariff on a product that comes into the USA, you, the American customer, pays that tariff. Not me, you on the other end, which is really shitty. Middle of nowhere from Thailand, what's up? Veteran traveler from SoCal, California. Where's Cruisy? He's in the front seat right now. Michael Proctor, thank you so much for the super chat. Hanging out with OG van life for a truck driver. Wicked. Nice to have you on the stream here tonight. Let's not talk about the tariffs, please. let's leave this with some good low roof vibes. Alan, member for 24 months, says, woohoo, today is my 2-year weirdo anniversary. Wicked. Oh yeah, 24 months, wicked. Much love, brother. I appreciate all the love and support from you. It's great. M-Trax Adventures, what's up, bro? Cruz is the real legend. Scott, you got that right. I know my place in this game. Aw, someone from Mexico in here. Where is that? Sparkle Cortez. Welcome to the stream. I love that. Kim Jones, member for 55 months, says, I've been here a long time. Yes, Kim, you have. Long-time supporter of the Vancity Vanlife shower scene. 2 hippies in a van. Gypsy Rose, Missouri Weirdo here. Gypsy Rose is a gorgeous lowrider. If you guys don't know anything about lowriding, Google the Gypsy Rose. Beautiful. Any news on the new van? We are putting the pods in the new van probably in the next few days here. That's the next project to be done, is put those pods in. So that'll probably happen in the next 3 videos, I hope. Cindy's been here since COVID. Wicked. We had a huge amount of boost on this channel during COVID. I think that was a really big thing with most van life channels. We got a big boost. Like, I think my channel grew 100,000 subscribers in that whole first year of COVID. The paint job on the pods looks awesome. Yeah, she did a great job on those pods. Yeah, it's true. During COVID, nobody had nothing to do. Give me a second. I gotta grab something to drink. Yeah. Oh. So you guys seen in my thumbnail, my van's a freaking mess right now. Yeah. Bombing around the bush for all those days. It's just, I got firewood and garbage all over the floor. Oh. Watching you bushwhacking made me cringe for the paint on your new van. Yeah, that's going to be a challenge. That's going to be something I'm going to have to deal with. But the way I look at it is we'll have some fun in the new van. If we scratch the new van up a little bit, it is what it is. You know, that's when you do years and years down the line, I decide to maybe just do that textured coating that I have on here. But I'm not going to do it yet because the exterior of the van's beautiful right now. So we'll get into all that liner stuff, you know, years and years after. Orange Belly Express, so stoked to see the Blue Bomber get its sideburns. Me too. Now that they made it hard to leave to go do any kind of camping over the last stack of days, because as soon as we got the pods, I'm like, I don't want to go, because I was ready to leave, and then I got the message saying I can do the pods tomorrow. I'm like, oh damn, I was supposed to leave to go camping. So I ended up just leaving to go camping anyway, and well, I really, really wanted to see those pods going. Tom, member for 10 months. How you doing, Tom? YouTubers Tyler and Todd took the train across Canada. The train was late and they missed renting a van going to Vancouver Island. I'm not sure who those YouTubers are. I haven't seen those ones. Catherine from Prince Rupert, what's up? I think I'm going to come back through that way this year. I think. Man, these glasses are really bugging me today. Let's try my regular glasses. Oh yeah, no. Not going to happen. Stephen from Australia, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I just seen the name Gypsy Rose again. If you guys don't know what the Gypsy Rose lowrider looks like, she's legendary. It's in whatever that car museum is in the States. Gypsey Rose. It's legendary. Gypsy Rose lowrider. No, it's a bad picture. She beautiful. Gypsy Rose. Kind of a bad picture, but it's got roses and painted over it by it's legendary. That thing's been a legend in the lowrider industry forever. Look at the hood. Like, that's classic. And I can't remember. Oh, it's in the Peterson Automotive Museum. Yeah. Legendary. So I love that name on there. Gypsy Roses. I bought them out with my fat ass, but it's beautiful. Yeah, the car's incredible. Oh, Catherine, you got me hooked on pretzel bites and cheese sauce. That stuff is so good at that brewery. I'm going to have to come back for those. It's the saltiness and the butteriness on those pretzels on top of that bit of cheese sauce. Really, really, really good. Am I selling 12-volt air conditioning units yet? No, we're not. What's up, Cruisy? What's up? No, come on. Come here. You can come hang out. Come on. Come on. Cruisy, I don't know how to get to the back. The van's a mess, Dad. Come on, Cruisy. You want to come back here? Want some treats? Look how sad he looks. You want some treats? Yeah, that did it. Come here, homie. Come on, buddy. See, there's room for you, buddy. There's room for you. Hold on, guys. Eh? Hold on, Cruisy. You gotta chew that. Did you even chew it? You can't just swallow these things whole. These are like little bears. You have to chew them. See? Chew them. Look at the drool everywhere. Chew it. Okay, chew it. That's better. I don't think he chewed it. Did you chew it? You gotta tell the world that you chewed it. Don't. You have to chew this. Don't. Hey. You have to chew it, okay? You have to chew it and not just swallow it. Good boy, buddy. I think you just swallowed it, bro. You can't do that, buddy. Can't expect your stomach to do all the work. It's okay, I can, Dad. I can do whatever I want. Yeah, Cruisy is definitely darn cute, that's for sure. Yeah, so dogs, I don't get it. Chew on it. Enjoy the flavor. They're just like, get it in the belly as fast as we can. What food is so Canadian the rest of us might not understand? Poutine. Poutine. Is it called poutine? Poutine? Poutine. I don't know, that's Canadian. It's just fries with gravy and cheese curds. That's Canadian. That's more French Canadian. What color flooring am I going to do in the new van? I'm not really too sure. I might do black flooring. Like I've seen the black coin flooring. It's just got the round circles on it. I can look it up too. I'm not really too sure. I don't know if we'll see. I've got a really big vibe in my head right now that I want to do wood and black on my cabinet. So I'm thinking maybe black floor. That's my thought right now. So coin floor. Well, that's not what I wanted. Coin floor. Yeah, it's a bad picture, but gives you an idea anyway. Oh, coin floor van probably be helpful. Coin floor van. Yeah. Maybe something like that. This is just my first thoughts. It's not really what's maybe going to happen, but who knows? I figured it just seems simple, seems easy to clean. And I do like black. May show a lot of dog hair. I'm not sure. Maybe some of you guys have this stuff in your van. You have an opinion on it. Or we just do a standard wood plank floor like I have in my van, like a plastic plank floor, whatever they're called. I'm really not sure yet. Lighter gray is better, but dark floors look so dirty all the time. Yeah, I could see that, especially with the dog, because everything in the front of the van is black. I could see the dog making it look really rough. How much floor and roof can you put in and still stand straight up? I think there's 6 foot 4 inches of height in there. It's a lot. I probably have this much room above my head, so I could probably do 4 inches on the floor, 4 inches on the roof, and still just be brushing my head. There's tons and tons of room. So if I were to do 1.5 inches on the floor and 1.5 inches on the top, which is a lot on the ceiling, I would still have a pile of room. How much battery power are you planning on putting into the new van? I'm thinking, as of right now, so 280 times 4, 1,120 amp hours of power. So I'm thinking about doing 4 280 amp hour SOK batteries. The new aluminum case ones, they're beautiful. Thinking about maybe doing 4 of those. Are you going to get a camera security system in the Sprinter van? Absolutely. Watching you travel again gives me the travel bug. Yeah, it's been fun bombing on the top side of the island. Will the color blue make the van hotter? I don't think that's even something to even worry about. Like the color of your van versus like how hot it's going to be inside. At that point, it's the insulation factor that's going to keep whatever color you choose on the outside. The insulation factor is going to help reduce that. So I wouldn't choose the color of your vehicle based on, is it going to make my van hotter inside? At that point, just do more heat barrier in there to make sure everything stays out and you keep all your coolness in or your heat inside on those cold days. My black is hot as fuck. I guarantee you if your van was white, it'd still be hot as fuck. That's what AC is for, Todd. You got that right. Compost toilet. I don't know what I'm going to do for a toilet. I had a little bit of I'll probably make a video about this, but I had a little bit of a thought process when I was out bombing around the backcountry, thinking about the Sprinter build and thinking about what I'm going to do, how all that stuff's going to work out, if I should do big water tanks and all those kind of things. And then something in my head is like, well, if I was up in northern Canada, where would I find a hose to fill up my water tanks in the Mercedes? Where I don't have that problem in here. I have 2 portable water tanks. I grab the handles, I walk to wherever I need to get water, whether it be a grocery store or anything like that, fill up my jugs, put them back in the shopping cart, take them back home. I got water. And like 2 27-liter tanks. So lots of water. Then I keep thinking about the Mercedes, and everybody in the Mercedes that owns one right now needs a hose connection to fill up their water tank. And I'm thinking, like, I know there's a lot of places on my travel where I think that might start to become a pain in the ass when you're like, okay, now I need to find a hose connection. I've never had to search for a hose connection. You know, the amount of times I've taken water from a side of a building on my travels in the last 7 years, probably 25 times, which is nothing in 7 years. Most of the time I've taken it from friends' places or campgrounds or sandy dump station places that have a tap there, or, you know, yeah, or grocery stores has been a really big comment. Sometimes I hit up places like our Canadian Tire here in Canada. They have water fill-up stations. For $2, I fill up a jug. So $4, I have 2 full jugs of water. But then I think about the Sprinter van. I'm like, well, do I just continue the jug process and continue keeping it OG, keeping it original, keeping it easy to fill? Or do I do big fancy water tanks and plumbing systems? And I'm not sure. Keep the pee jugs. Of course. Of course. Northern Freedom, do both. Yeah, but that's a lot of weight in water. The Longwood Brewing is doing a fundraiser for Telegraph Cove. $1 from every 4-pack goes to rebuilding. $1? $1? Come on, y'all. I actually was out at Telegraph Cove. I wanted to go make a video of Telegraph Cove, but I pulled in there and it was all barricaded off, and it was super, super windy that day because I was thinking about throwing the drone up over where Telegraph Cove had the fire, but I just couldn't get close enough, and there was nobody around, nobody in the offices over there for me to go talk to. But I thought about going over there and making a video, but because I have a really great video that I filmed in Telegraph Cove before the fire 5-6 years ago, I made a full big video on this channel. It was awesome. And I thought I would share a bit of that story, but I just couldn't get any access when I was out there. I was there like 2 days ago. JP Hanks, thanks for that. Don't forget the 3M security film for the Sprinter windows. I'll have to look into that. Allen's 316 Chrome, even though we have never met, I feel like you feel like a good friend to me. Thank you for you and Cruisy. Oh, you're welcome. I appreciate that. B says, Chrome, Vancity Vanlife, don't do the inbuilt water. Just think of the headache if something goes wrong. So I know a ton of people that are in Sprinters and Transits that have never had a problem with their inside water tank with any leaks or anything like that. Those tanks are built pretty good. But my thought was like, am I going to travel? Because I live in the van full time, and I know a lot of people that build camper vans are just weekending. They're going out there and doing weekend camping. They're gone for maybe 2 months at a time, and then they're back home. Because I'm in my van 365 days a year, that's my thought is like, I don't want to have a hassle all the time trying to find a hose. Because I mean, well, I carry the hose with me, but finding a tap to connect my hose to fill up my tanks. You know, to me, that sounds like I might have a whole new level of complication out on the road. Maybe it's a cakewalk and easy. Maybe that's something I'll keep an eye on my travels now as I'm thinking about this part, saying, okay, where in town here can I fill up in water in the places that I'm in? Like, you know, if I'm in Port Hardy, is there a tap that I could use without, you know, strapping it to someone's private property and taking water? You know what I mean? Incinerator toilet. Those things are like $5,000 USD. That's like $7,000 Canadian just to burn your shit. No. Cool, but no. You have to be balling out of control to be able to afford that. Sorry, thought I heard something. Fictional numbers. But with jugs, you refill once every week, but the tanks in the Sprinter, you'd fill up once every 3 to 4 weeks. True that. Very, very true. Very true. I like where you're going with that one. That's definitely something I never thought about. I seriously never thought about the frequency. Yeah. I mean, my jugs in here last me at least a couple of weeks. So if that tank was bigger, it might even last me like a couple of months. Good point. Thanks for bringing that one up. I appreciate that one. Cruz needs himself an elevator to get inside the new van. I agree. The Great Spoon, thank you for that. Do both. Set up a water system that you can fill with jugs if needed. Well, yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, I could definitely do that where you just kind of just fill up the jug by jug by jug into the bigger tank. That's always an option. Yeah, you guys are bringing up some really valid points, man. I appreciate you guys for putting your input in because, you know, I was fighting this one today. Portable filtration. So, yeah, my friend Jared from Vancity Conversions in Ontario brought that up to me. He said, you should put a multi-stage filtration system inside of your van. That way you've got, I guess, certain microns, or however he explained it. That way you could do stuff like that. You could pull water from a nice, good, clean, fresh creek. Simple Life Seeker, how did you notice the air in your tire? Do you have a routine when you leave camp? No, actually, believe it or not, I was standing in, just like you've seen in the video. I walked out of the van and I was standing there just looking out into the area that I was in. And even in that clip on the video, you could hear in the background. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, oh no. Yeah, it's distinctive. You cannot not hear that noise. You know, because when you park your van, she's silent. No, that one was making a hissing noise. Did you ever find out what it was that punctured my tire? Yeah, that was in the video that I posted yesterday. I actually have that piece with me. Hold on a second. I asked them, I'm like, can I have that? They're like, sure. What do you want it for? I don't know. It was crazy. This thing was in my tire. Look at that thing. So when I was trying to pull it out, this is what was sticking out, just this part. This whole piece was inside the tire. And I'm pulling at it, and the tire was so thick in there, it had a grip on it, and it wasn't letting it go. But that's the part right there. Crazy. Nuts. Life straw. But yeah, but what about for showers and stuff? Think about that. Someone's like, that's for a drum brake. Yeah, I don't know. I snagged it in the backcountry somewhere. Mind you, I was driving through some areas that had some forestry stuff, like some old forestry areas, so I could have snagged it from quite a long ago. How much solar you think about putting on the roof? So on the Sprinter van, I'm going to put as much as I can. Is it going to be a lot? Probably not, because I think I've been thinking about doing a skylight. Maybe. What do you guys think of that one? So I've been looking at skylights, possibly putting one above my bed. I thought about doing rooftop air conditioning, but I'm not sure. So the reason why I'm on the fence about the rooftop air conditioning is because if I only use it for 2 weeks out of the year, then that's just a giant piece of my roof that's messed up for the rest of the other 50 weeks. You know? Where if I put a skylight, I could enjoy that 52 weeks out of the year, right? Sharon loves the skylight idea. Yeah, I was thinking about I'd do it right above my bed. Right there. Like, so when I'm lying in bed at night, I can crank it open, that fresh air comes in, then I have my 2 pods on either side, letting air in, this letting air in, my roof vent sucking out, bringing all that air right over the bed from every direction possible. Ha ha! To me, that sounds beautiful. You know, and I know a lot of people that have been advocating for AC are my friends in Ontario, because it's very warm in Ontario, very humid out there. So they're a big advocate for rooftop AC. Or any of my subscribers that are messaging me from warm climates down in the USA, where you're warm a lot of the year. Like there's parts of the USA that stay 20 degrees or 24 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is. Hey Siri, what is 24 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
24 degrees Celsius is 75.2 degrees Fahrenheit.
Right? There's places down in the USA that stay that kind of temperature in the winter months. Those are the places where AC becomes, you know, a good idea. But here, for the 2 weeks we get in the summer that might be miserable, same thing goes with the AC versus like, you know, doing all that big heated floors. We have a short span of winter and a short span of summer. Aw, thank you guys for the super chats. Coach CJ, coffee and Cruises snack fund donation. Keep living the dream, my friend. Aw, thank you for that. The Great Spoon. Camp in your shop for those 2 weeks. Right? So there's the other part of it. Is I had already said last year that my plan was that I didn't want to travel in the super hot months anymore. That maybe we would do a nice big travel trip early in the year before the fire season and the heat starts. Go travel like May and June and be gone. Come back here for July and August during the hot months, and then take back off again in September, October, November. Still get the 6 months of travel in 3 months, 3 months early, 3 months later, or something like that. avoiding those hot seasons, you know what I mean? And then come back here for the winter, take on some winter projects around here through the winter months while it's raining and miserable, and then back out traveling again, you know? That was 100% my thought, and saved me a ton of money. Oh, miss Allen's 316, welcome to YouTube memberships. I appreciate you joining. Naffy, what's the new engine on the Sprinter? Is it a diesel or a gasoline? How many cylinders and liters? And does it have more or less power than your current van? The Sprinter is a bit of a powerhouse. So the Sprinter has a 4-liter. The only engine there's one engine made in the new Sprinters, and it's a 4-liter turbo diesel. So it's a 4-liter diesel engine. And my van, being the all-wheel drive, has the 4-liter turbo diesel. So I have I think it's a double turbo on mine. It's a turbo diesel. And it's a powerhouse. It's actually a really, really strong engine. Does it have more power than my van? Yeah, it does. It's got a lot more pep, and it's all-wheel drive, so it'll be a little bit more capable. I mean, this one's a little bit more nimble on the trail. I'll be able to get into some narrower and more gnarly places. But I think that one there, for traction-wise, on the standard road, I'll probably get more out of the Sprinter than I will on this van. So yeah, Eric just said, yeah, it is a twin turbo. I'm not a big mechanical guy, so... Linda, thanks for the super chat. Says, get the AC for Cruisy. The planet is not cooling. Fair point. Yeah, and that's the difference, though. Like, if I cut in the skylight, that skylight's there forever. Because the skylight is different than a 14 by 14 hole for a roof vent. And the air conditioning is just a 14 by 14 hole. So I could remove the AC, put in a fan. But once you do the skylight, we're talking 27 inches wide by 19 inches. That's in there. That roof, that thing's in there for life. What are your plans for your rooftop? Maybe is there an area to go up there and hang out and enjoy? Yeah. I've actually seen a high top on my Mercedes. It looks really, really good. Yeah, 1 second, guys. All right, I'll turn my fan on. It's a little warm today, man. It's probably like 13, 14 degrees right now. B, I think you nailed it right there. Just get a small portable AC. So here's what I was thinking. I've seen some vehicle dwellers do it with great success. And I think this is probably the best idea. I know these are horrible pictures, but it'll give you the idea. Come on, what you got? It's a bad picture. You guys see these little units? The little, come on. The little stand-up ones like that with the 2 hoses that go out your window. I've seen vehicle dwellers that have done that. They put it behind the driver's seat. They plumb it out the window. It's only in your van for a month or so out here, so it doesn't take up a ton of room. And it really, really cools the space, because those things are good for like a 500 square foot room or a 250 square foot room. We're talking a 70 square foot van. That thing would drop this thing down to winter temperatures. I like that idea too. And I am not an advocate, or sure, I shouldn't say advocate. I'm not sure about those EcoFlow Easy Breeze things, because I know so many vehicle dwellers that have gotten them on brand deals and have never used them past that brand deal. Making me wonder, do they even cool your van? Sure, blowing cold air is cool, but it needs to drop that temperature. That's key. That's an air conditioner. My opinion anyway. Air conditioner doesn't blow cold air. It drops the room temperature. And I've heard some questionable things about those little easy breezy, whatever they're called, things. Look up backpack mini split. So mini splits are cool. I just don't want a box that big on the outside of my van. I've looked into that for sure. Anyway, AC is not even a part of my thoughts right now. That's I got to think about heating first. That's more on my number one agenda. Can we get a DJ finish when you, excuse me, can we get a DJ set when you finish the new van? Maybe. Undercarriage mini split. I worry about the mud that I throw up at those units to plug the fans, wreck the blades, because the bottom of my van right now is covered in mud. Mud splattered all up the side of my van. I had a little bit of fun today. That'll be tomorrow's video. I was chucking mud everywhere today. But that's my worry about doing anything underneath like that, especially if there's any air intakes or fans or anything like that with all the mud it's going to see. Probably not a good idea. Bruce Vanlife Jr., what's up, buddy? I have an Aqua Hot for heating hot water, not sufficient for my van. So I've heard that too. So there's a lot of hot water heating units in vans that only give you like a couple minutes of hot water. And I think you need at least 10 minutes of hot water to make a shower be feasible inside of a van. I know there's a lot of units that you buy these big fancy units and they give you like a minute, which is not good enough. So we'll see. This stuff is stressing me out. I don't want to talk about it. So many decisions to make on that thing. Deborah, finally warm enough to wash my car. It's about 45 degrees Fahrenheit tomorrow, then back to 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So what your next vent fan since no Max Air? That video is coming soon. I am ordering some products for the store and it'll be a new roof vent and it is awesome. I will show you guys that when I make, once the product arrives, I will show you guys that. It is so cool. Bye-bye, Max Air. Peace out. And I'm going to rip it out of this one. That's what I'm installing in the Sprinter. And they'll be on the store, which would be cool. Someone said, first day of autumn, where'd that comment go? Oh, I missed it. Where can I find more DJ sets from Chrome? I have some old mixes online. If you go to hearthis.at/DJ Chrome, I have a bunch of older mixes on there from years ago. Fan made in Canada? No. I wish, but no. Like most fans, they're manufactured. They're from an American company, but they're manufactured in China. As with most things. Diana says, Max Air are the worst. I went through 3 of them. I hate them. So glad you're selling better ones. The new ones, they just came out. Like, I haven't seen other YouTubers making videos about them. They are brand spanking new to the market. And first thing I did is I ordered a pallet for my shop, and they should be coming in hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Paul says, Camco RV, Water Bandit. Yeah, I seen that. I seen the little hose fitting thing. I remember making a comment in my video about how do we connect to these, and they make this little hose thing that slips over like a regular spigot thing, like a little suck. This looks bad. But it slips over the top of that thing. Then it has a hose bib on the bottom. So you just swig a hose bib. It's like a little... Anyway, it's going to get dirty if I keep talking about this. Let's just shut up. We didn't even get to use it 20 times and the board died. Yeah, that's the problem. So you have the same, probably the same one I have, and I had the same problem. I've gone through 2 of them with this one, just board issues. The boards are crappy in these ones. I don't know what they did with these new ones compared to the older ones, because the older ones are working, these ones just are not. You no longer like Max Air? What happened? You wanna know what happened? This is what happened. Let's turn my Max Air on. That's what happened. Now it's gonna beep for a while. Screw you, Max Air. Anybody who has a Max Air with this problem, they know exactly what's going on. You can replace the circuit boards. You can rip out the circuit board, put in a manual one. You shouldn't have to. They should make one that can handle the power from a lithium battery. Damn it, it's 2025. What are you guys doing? Someone said, I imagine the board is dying due to thermal. No, it's not. That is a circuit problem due to voltage. So you would have to add a voltage regulator to it, or that could be a circuit problem. You have to pull it out, take the circuit out, put it in the new circuit board. Forget it. Forget it. The way I see those kind of things, you want to with me now? You're done. Peace out. I treat those things like people in my life. You screw me, you're gone. And that's what's happening with my roof vent. You out of here. Peace out. Piss me off once. Okay. Piss me off twice. See ya. Yeah, Rich says, my Max Air is wired to my starter battery. See, I couldn't do that because I like air movement. Like right now I have my fan on. I don't need my fan on, but I enjoy the breeze. So my Max Air fan in the summertime runs a lot. And if it ran off my starter battery and then it killed my starter battery, then I couldn't drive. No, I couldn't do it. That starter battery has one job in my home, and that's to start my home. I don't want to mess with that. Aw, someone gifted some memberships. Jim, thank you. It's gifted to Lori and Cooper, Rebecca, DJ Scrap Dirty. I like that one. The other Jay Brown and David Lindsay. That the same David Lindsay that sent me a rude email? Maybe. Kim Jones sponsor the next shower scene. There's a shower scene in tomorrow's video. If it makes the edit. But there's a shower scene in tomorrow's video. Great, I'm going to say that. Nobody's going to come watch it now. Reigns of Healing. Peace out, Cub Scout. Did I get dual batteries in the Sprinter? Yeah, I did. So in the Sprinter van, I have a auxiliary battery underneath my passenger seat. And I have some friends in the van build business, and they told me that's the first thing I should pull out. I should pull out that extra battery. I don't know what it's for. I think it's for other things in the van. I'm not even sure. But it does have an auxiliary battery underneath the seat. I'm going to look into like what its use is for. I think that was meant to be plugging in auxiliary things like in the back. But I have my own auxiliary system in the back, so I'm not sure. What up, Adam? My wife would like to see a live stream from the shower. That's funny. Hope you're doing good, buddy. The Olive Boys. Do you have a big problem with people stealing your content? I talk about it in a few videos. Still the reason why I'm asking. No, it happens once in a while. You know, that's not a problem. every occasionally someone steals some of my content. I just go onto YouTube and I flag the copyright, and it's got to get removed like that. Like in the last live stream we had, someone asked me that. I went on, I found a video and I striked it. The next morning I woke up saying, YouTube sent me a notification saying, hey, we seen your copyright strike for this person. That video has now been removed. So we can solve them quite quick. Oh, Lauren P, thanks for gifting the memberships. Rebecca, Jason, MB, Overlanding, Doug, and Peggy Gibb. Welcome to YouTube memberships. Do I think the Julka hot tub is worth the price? I think the Julka hot tub is worth the price if you're the kind of person who likes to sit and enjoy your camp spots. For someone like me that camps out for the night, peace out at 5 o'clock, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm already on the road again. That's where those things don't become as fun, because it's got a bit of a setup time. When you're talking like 5 hours to get that thing set up and warmed up before you can use it, that's a big chunk of my day. And I'm too much of a roamer to make that super, super enjoyable. I think if I sat still for a couple of days, it would be fun. But I will say, the very first time I sat in that hot tub on video, that was worth the payment for the hot tub right out the gate. It is pure heaven. But I think if you were to pull up somewhere and camp out for 3 days, hell yeah, that thing's worth every damn penny. Because you already bought the Julka shower at that point. Buying the hot tub is just a luxury. Imagine that, you get up in the morning, it's chilly morning, you take your coffee, you take the lid off the hot tub. Well, hold on. Wake up in the morning, you turn your shower back on to reheat the hot tub to make sure it's nice and warm, because it sat cool all night. And then about an hour later, you can sit in there with your coffee, steam coming off. Yeah, worth it. Worth it. But, you know, if you're a roamer like me, it becomes a bit of a pain in the ass. And it's large. Like, that thing's not something that you can easily carry in a small cargo van like mine. Like, if you had a larger rig like a Mercedes, hell yes. Get that thing. Get it. Ricky K, welcome to YouTube memberships. The Dan Islander thinking about getting a Julka hot tub for the deck of my house. Wicked. I have them in stock right here. We have them in the shop and we'll ship them out. You order in the morning, we'll ship it on the afternoon. Not today though, it's the weekend. M-Trax Adventures. With the hot tub, could you fill it with the shower and save time on heating it up? I hope you're joking about this, bro. So many people, when I made that hot tub video, were like, why aren't you just filling that thing up with the water from the shower because it will just heat up faster? No, dude, it would take you 10 hours to fill that bitch for sure. For sure. My buddy Mark's got jokes. Cruisy sleeping? Yeah, he's sleeping right underneath. I got the drawer open with my camera sitting on top of it. Cruisy's sleeping underneath it. Sorry, I don't know what that means. Am I still using Canada Post to ship? We are with some things for sure. Some things just is easier to ship via Canada Post. Like when it comes to t-shirts and things like that. We have found now that it's back, some things go out Canada Post. Amanda just popped in. Some Canada Post, some couriers. Anik, late to the party, but hi from Montreal. What's up? The auxiliary battery in the Sprinter is a secondary battery separate from the main battery used for powering electrical components like lights, audio systems, accessories when the engine is off. Wicked. And that 100% makes sense, but I wasn't sure if it was like tied into the starting battery system, but that's pretty wicked. I'll have to do a bit more research on it, because I mean, it's underneath there. I don't know how big the battery is, or if it's even like worth it to keep it, because I have a huge battery system inside of my van, and I could honestly use that space underneath the seat for something else if that battery is not going to be useful. I do have some friends that are in the van build business that say usually if it's an auxiliary battery, we yank it out, because we're putting a giant powerhouse back here anyway, that thing just becomes a little bit unnecessary. Like, I think those were in there for if this thing were to become like a shipping vehicle to move like boxes around, and they needed to power something external inside there, it would make sense. Yeah, I'll have to do a bit more research on that one. Do you have anything from your old van that's going to be put into your new van as memorabilia? Probably not, because I'm probably keeping this van. I don't think this van's going anywhere. I mean, I might get Daryl to take a look at it and see if we can bang out the rest of this rust. After I move into the other van, I might see if doing the rust repair on this thing is even worth it. And if Daryl says, oh yeah, let's just go all in, finish it off, kick the rust out of this thing, then yeah, I'll probably keep it. But if we start diving into that and Daryl decides this thing's not salvageable because it's gone too far on the rot, it's bad, my friend, bad. Then I don't know what the future of this van holds if that's the case, if it's not salvageable. But right now I'm having some fun in it, and that's all that freaking matters, is this thing has been a blast. Those last stack of days bombing around the bush, especially today when I hit some muddy spots, whoo-wee, that's where this thing shines. Lucius, oh man, sell it and move forward with a Sprinter. You are committed. Oh, I'm committed to that Sprinter. That Sprinter is full on my next home. But there's going to be some adventures that it will be nice to possibly take this thing out in. That's where my want to keep this thing is there. NQRR. Getting to watch your new build will help me get through mine being put on hold. Life. But it will happen. Give some loves to Cruisy for me. Oh, I appreciate this super chat. I appreciate that big time. Yeah, that build's coming. It's gonna take a minute, but it's coming. We're gonna start doing the pods now, and then if I decide not to do any heated floors, we'll start probably take it down to John at J5, do the floors, the walls, the ceiling, the wiring, the lighting, getting all that stuff in. Then once there's a heater in there, we can go out and start having some fun in that thing. Is my driveway done yet? You'll have to see tomorrow's video. So tomorrow's video was my whole day today until this afternoon. So yeah, you'll have to watch that one. Lucia says, I'm guessing you said meant your build. Your build took 6 months. Yeah, builds are very time consuming. And mine's a bit time consuming because some of the team members that are helping me build it are in Ontario. And finances too, because we were going to take mine out to get it built in May, but I just can't afford to do it in May. So I'm chose to do it in September just to give me some more time to save some money. Did they finish the concrete slab at the shop? You'll have to see that tomorrow. When are you going to start? Oh, it's not talking to me. Isn't the Sprinter an all-wheel drive? Yes, it is an all-wheel drive. Philly says, can't wait for the new van and some new videos. Yeah, the van videos will be coming. Philly says you got to get a stick light bar, a SICK light bar chrome for the van. I don't know if we're gonna do a light bar in the van. We're probably gonna do some round lights for sure. Oh, the Great Spoon, thank you. Because you can't build your van with those hopes and dreams. Oh, I really, really, really appreciate that. And yeah, we are sticking all this stuff towards the van build. But yeah, I did. I had to pause the build because we just can't swing it in May. That's why, I've been holding off on doing things like heated floors and stuff. I'm like, I don't know if we can make it there. It'd be so nice to do, but I don't think we can swing that. It's so pricey, man. Realistically, it's going to be 2026 before Chroma Cruiser full-time in the new Sprinter. Probably because by the time we're done at Overland Interiors and we're probably going to do some work at Vancity Conversions, by the time we're done out there, it'll be September, October, November. Then back here to do all the final finishing touches on it. So it'll probably be done. Hopefully by Christmas, we'll be in that van full-time. That's the plan. Stephanie and Polly, if you would just hurry up and put out that shower scene calendar, would finance your new build. That's the last thing you guys need to see is this in my shower scene calendar. That's really funny though. That's hilarious. Are you considering an awning system outside of the Sprinter? Yes, of course I am. I'm looking at the Fiamma. Fiamma makes some really beautiful awnings for the Sprinter style, like something that higher up that it can come out with a little crank dial instead of, because right now the one that's on my van, I need to manually reach it, where the Fiamma ones are beautiful and they look super sleek, and then we can just manually crank them out. Like they have the arms that support the whole thing. They're really, really, really nice. Do you have awning showers? I was looking at those. No, we don't, but I've really pondered it. So I know Julka makes those shower awnings, but they don't sell them in Canada. And I have a few companies that I've been looking at that make them, and they're very affordable. So I'm thinking about maybe stocking them at some point in the future. We'll buy a calendar sprinkle in a little bit of Cruisy too. Who? Urban Overlanding says that fancy one comes in automatically when it's too windy. That is pretty cool. Like if you actually left it open overnight and it got windy and it just automatically brought itself in. I love the sound of that. But yeah, guys, we have a big merch sale coming up soon. So we are doing a misprint sale, dirt cheap. We're also blowing out the rest of our hoodies. So what we're doing on the store is like we're getting rid of some of the apparel that we were selling. So we brought in a basic hoodie, which is just a cheaper hoodie, allowing us to keep the prices low. So we want to blow up the basic hoodies because I only want to carry premium stuff as we move forward into this year. Like this is a premium t-shirt. This is a mighty beautiful, it feels great. But we do have some basic shirts. We're going to blow those out too. Super cheap on designs that you'll never see on the channel ever again. So that sale will be coming up hopefully in the next month. And we're talking cheap and the last of those designs because we have some brand new designs coming. Let me show you something cute that came in. It's pretty cute. Look at this sticker. Hey, now that's a sticker. Cool as that. Look how cute little Cruisy is. So that'll be coming out on a sticker and also on a t-shirt after we do our big sale. Oh, look how cute he is. So good. I was thinking there's a small dragon snoring. Where'd that go? Snoring beneath you. It's what he sounds like. Well-designed sticker. Yeah, it's beautiful. What does Cruisy think of the new heated seats in the Sprinter? He loves the heated seats. I love the heated seats in the Sprinter. I know when me and Emily flew over to go pick up the Sprinter in Vancouver, she's sitting in it. She puts the heating button and she's like, oh gosh, this is going to make me buy a new van. They're so good. Those heated seats are beautiful. Like, that's a luxury feeling. And it's like not just the butt, like it's all the back, the whole bit, just cozy. Silent Witness, thank you for the super chat. Are you going to put a protective paint on the outside like this one? No. So this coating is great, but it's like once it's on there, it's on there. Like repairing these ones are really difficult. So if you get any peeling or anything like that, it's you'll never match it again. Let me just put it that way. It's on there. Like, I don't know if I would want to do that to a brand spanking new van. We're probably going to do some of the bottom of it, like some of the trim, maybe some around the bumpers and stuff, some along the bottom of the rockers maybe that take the most abuse. But I don't think I would do it on the paint of the vehicle. Maybe 5 years from now when this thing's been, well, not this thing, when the Sprinter's been beat to crap on the trail, full of pinstripe lines from all the trees and all the fun we had. Maybe at that point, you take everything off the outside, you sand her down, you spray it with that coating, you put everything back on, you get another 10, 15 years out of it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not sure. It's plus it's expensive. For me to do a full Sprinter van, door jams and everything in that stuff would cost me over $15,000. That's not going to happen. Not a damn chance. But yeah, I like the, I mean, obviously I did it to my van. I like the idea. I really, really like the idea. But doing it on a van like mine makes sense because it's older, you know? It didn't make sense for me to paint the outside of this thing, make it shiny. Where doing that coating just, it got me my next 3-4 years out of this van before it started to fall apart. And that exterior stuff is starting to fall apart on the bottom side where it's rusting. Do you have any 4XL black hoodies? Amanda can answer that. I think we do. And there'll be a big sale on all of our stuff coming soon, guys. You guys see those pile of boxes that are upstairs all over the place, like where my racks are upstairs? There's that big mountain of boxes like rode up on the end of every single row of racks. Those are all hoodies. When that sale's gone, I want to see every one of those hoodies gone off the floor. Because for one, those hoodies will never be coming back because they're just a basic, cheaper hoodie. And those designs that are going on them are being wiped off the store. So it's a full blowout. But on the other flip side is that the hoodies and t-shirts that are going on the store after that sale will be premium hoodies, premium t-shirts, which is going to raise the prices a little bit. I kind of feel like I want to do a bit more. I want to level up the merchandise a little bit. I think it might hurt the sales a bit, but it'll level up the quality a bit. Like I have a hoodie here. This one's, I think this is the one. So this is a good hoodie. This is the Keep It Real one. We're still good. This design will still be out, but this is on an independent hoodie. Where is it here? It's on an independent hoodie. This is a damn good hoodie. It runs a little small in size, but I love this hoodie. So good. Cindy says, I love my hoodie I bought. It's my favorite. Yeah, those other hoodies, I have one in here too somewhere. These ones. They're, another one? Yep. Yeah, these are good hoodies too. These are the ones that were blowing out. They're comfortable, but they also don't wear as good as these higher quality brand ones. Like this one here for me to purchase just the hoodie alone, this is a $35 blank hoodie. Something like that. It's ridiculous. Plus you got taxes and shipping and all that stuff. These are probably for me to land a hoodie here, $40. Plus then you got to add Amanda's time, my profit, cost of the printing. Pricey. But I do want to move into a better quality hoodie in the future. Should I sell everything and get sorry, should Keith asked me, should I sell everything and get started in my van life? Keith, you can do whatever the hell makes you happy. If selling all the shit you own and moving into a van makes you happy, damn it, do it. I asked myself that question. I never said it publicly, but I asked myself that question one time in my life. I sat there and said, should I sell everything and move into my van? I went online and did a little research for a day or two. Then the next day I said, screw it. I took pictures with my phone. It's all on my channel, all that shit. Took pictures from my phone of everything I owned. And within a couple of days, my apartment was empty and I was out of there. Best decision I ever made in my whole life. Is it a good decision for you? Don't let me make that decision for you. I'm a risk taker. I'm a guy who just like, well, screw it. I'll just go back to the way I was living before if this doesn't work out. You know what I mean? I had nothing to lose at that point, and just so much. I had nothing to lose and so much to gain. You know what I mean? I either had a fun experience for a couple of weeks and then back to renting another apartment, or van life worked out, and it just worked out. I was still working at the time. It's not like I was fully unemployed. I still had income coming in, so it's not like life would have changed. I just could save money for a couple months living in a van, then go rent another apartment if shit went sideways. But yeah, man, it was awesome. Highly suggest it. Stephanie and Polly, my dog Polly, asks if you would ever put out a Cruisy t-shirt for puppies. That is a possibility. We have a lot of ideas on the go over here. It's just a matter of putting them all together, you know what I mean, and making them all happen. Like, we've thought about bringing out a Cruisy Bear teddy bear and a Cruisy Bear keychain, and you know, like some like weirdo dog apparel with collars and jackets, and yeah, it's been so many ideas. Maybe one day, my friends, maybe one day. But I love the merchandise of this whole YouTube realm. We've had a lot of fun with it. It's been great over the years. Mitchell says, oh, where'd it go? Would you recommend living on a boat? They're like RVs. Sure, if you want to live on a boat, go live on a boat. You know, I mean, if it sprung a leak, you'd be in a bit of a problem. But yeah, man, do whatever you guys want. Literally do whatever you guys want. Like, I have always said this from the beginning of my channel. If this thing is saying you should go do something and your heart says the same thing, damn it, go. Don't ponder, don't wait, don't sit around, wait for your friend to like tear you down and tell you it's a stupid idea. Don't. If your brain's like, I want to live on a boat, and your heart's like, oh my gosh, it'd be so fun to live on a boat, it'd be so great, and your heart's telling you all these ambitious things that are like, wow, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this, then go do it. These things have to connect though. You can have great ideas, but if your heart doesn't like give you that feeling in your tummy, like this is the right thing, because your stomach will tell you if it's wrong. 100%. Trust me. Have you ever had that fart? Have you ever had that fart where you just didn't quite trust it? You didn't know if the fart was going to be a little bit too much? That's the feeling of like, if your brain has an idea. This is so funny. If your brain has an idea, but you kind of feel like you untrust it, it's like that fart. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, like honestly, don't let the world around you tear you down. If you have an idea, risk it. Go. There's no reward without risk. 100%. I'm not saying if you got a juicy fart coming, don't trust it. Oh, jeez. How did I get there for an analogy? Oh, Chrome. This is too late in the day for you. It's 8 o'clock. Amanda said, no, James, Chrome won't do patches that big again. So we had big patches before. People don't buy them. So people were asking for patches nonstop in the comments. Probably 10 people. And or maybe 20 people. And it seems like so many. So you buy patches and then nobody buys them. So we still have like probably 100 or 50 Cruisy patches at the shop that nobody buys. Jim says, no, it's just a brain fart. So yeah, we probably won't do patches anymore. Like we might try them a little later, but you know, they just didn't work out. I think patches are for a very select group of people, you know. West End Rock, patches are cool. Cool. Email us. We'll give you a fat deal. You buy the rest of the 50 Cruisy ones. They're all yours. We'll give you a fat deal. Are you doing a big lift kit on the Mercedes van Chrome? So there's only a 2-inch lift option on the Mercedes. And yes, we will probably be doing a lift on the Mercedes. I don't know if we're going to go with like Agile Off-Road or someone like that for the lift. As of right now, Welltec does not make a Mercedes kit, and I don't think that they're going to get into doing a lift kit. I know they're getting into doing some suspension upgrades because King Shocks make some really cool shocks for the Mercedes. But I think if Welltec were to ever make a lift kit for the Mercedes, they would do it for the 2-wheel drive, not the all-wheel drive. Because that's pretty much what Welltec's known for. They do lift kits for 2-wheel drive vehicles. So unless that changes, if it changes, I'm going to go Welltec all the way because that's all we do at Van Toys is Welltec. So, but I think we'll probably end up going with something like an Agile Off-Road, which gives us like a 2-inch suspension kit. Leaf springs and shocks, something like that. We'll see. I haven't looked into that yet. We're not going to look into doing any suspension work until after my build is done, because I can't do any suspension work until I know how. Sorry guys, I got to plug my laptop in. I can't do any suspension work until I know how much the back of the van weighs. Oh, dropping everything. But yes, we're definitely going to throw a couple more inches on there if I can. Which would allow me to run a big ass tire. Oh, this is from my laptop. Come on, stay plugged in, y'all. We're good. West Bank Rock, my Chevy Express bus is only rear wheel. I wonder if I could get on. It's only 14,000 pounds though. I'm not sure what you're asking. Good night, Kim. Do you ever eat bacon? James, where have you been? You're probably one of the 15,000 people that didn't watch my camping videos of the last few days. I think I ate breakfast. I think I ate bacon every morning. James, like eggs are $9 a dozen here now. Yep, welcome to 2025. West End Rock lift kit. What kind of vehicle did you say you have? Let me go back here. Chevy Express bus. Yeah, I'm not sure about the lift kits on those buses. I know if it's a Chevy Express van in the front, Welltec makes a suspension kit for the Chevy Express. I don't know if the leaf spring stack works in the back or if it's just a standard frame out of a Chevy Express van with a bus box on the back. If that's the case, then yeah, you could do a Welltec kit. It's got to be the Chevy Express frame, the whole thing, frame like it was bought as a cutaway and someone put a bus box on the back. Then yeah, you could totally put if it's 2-wheel drive, you could put a Chevy Express 5-inch kit from Welltec Designs on it. There may be some alterations that may be needed to a few things along the way, but I think it's probably possible. Because I know if there's any, like if we can do a 32-foot Class C RV with a Ford Econoline chassis on the front, with a Ford Econoline van on the front, you could do a Welltec van kit on it. It's the same thing. It's the same frame underneath. James, I'm in Southern California. Then you need to hit up Welltech Designs. They're in San Diego. Whoo, someone said $14 for eggs. Jeez. Max Life from the Bronx. What's up, buddy? Chrome, how does your Sprinter van insurance work and cost per month and year? So I'm not sure what we paid. I know we paid a little bit extra for the Sprinter. I think it was like $1,200 a year for the Sprinter. Amanda might know. She's my bookkeeper. She just finished doing stuff. She might know, but it was definitely a little bit more than what I'm paying on this thing for sure. Like not like a mountain more, but it definitely was more. James says, my brother lives in San Diego. Yeah, that's where, I think it's El Cajun, California is where San Diego's from. I mean, is where Welltech Designs main shop's at. Okay, so Amanda said plus $2,400 a year for full. So that $2,400 was not for a year. That was for 5 years. The $2,400 was a full replacement coverage, covering me for 5 full years. That'd be nuts if that was per year. Yeah, that was for the 5-year span. So yeah, because with Mercedes, I had the option to do a full replacement. So if anything were to ever happen to the Mercedes, they literally go, here you go, Chrome. Here you go. Keys to a brand new one. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Annette says, if the lift costs me $4,300, how much does it cost to put on? So if you're talking about doing stuff at Van Toys, all depends on what you have for a rig. If you're talking about like a Chevy Express cargo van or a Ford Econoline cargo van, your install is probably going to be, as long as there's no repairs going on, they're probably going to cost you around $2,500. Amanda's car is only $77 a month. When I was in Calgary, my insurance went up 50% a year. 1 year of the hailstorm. Nuts. GMC Savannah. So yeah, if you're out here and you're looking for a kit, email me at chrome@vantoys. But for an install on like a Chevy Express, all depends on what's needed in the install. You're looking at probably $2,300 to $2,500. And then some things that may arise during that install, like ball joints or any tie rod ends that need to be replaced because they just need to be replaced, those would be on top of that as well. But for the most part, if the van's in great condition, it's in and out with your install fee. And your install includes your wheel alignment too. Anyway, guys, let's not talk about this. Let's leave those questions for if I ever do a live stream on the Van Toys channel. Let's keep these things a little bit separate here. Your pronunciation, where to go? Someone delete it? Your pronunciation of El Cajun. I guess I said it wrong. Well, you're still talking about eggs? Where'd that conversation come from? El Cajon? Okay. El Cajon, California? El Cajon? Whatever. San Diego. Someone says, sorry, the J is pronounced. That's what I said. El Cajun. That's to me what that would look like. Who cares? It's all good. Y'all know what I was saying. In-house ladder price. You tell me my new ladders? I don't know yet. I should know soon. Alicia's better not hail when I'm in Banff. I would hate to take that new Mercedes out on a nice drive and then it hail like that. I would bawl my eyes out. That'd be brutal. Someone gift a membership that I missed? Here we go. Hi, is that Christina? Is that how you pronounce it? Christina gifted 1 membership, and it was gifted out to Mick Cucumber. I appreciate you guys gifting memberships. That's great. YouTube memberships seen my driveway today. Covered in dirt. Or concrete. I don't remember. Annette says, you cooking sausages the new way makes me kind of laugh. I've always cooked them that way. I'm not a cook, so I didn't even know that that's how you cook sausages. I always just put them in a pan, slice them all up, and cooked them up, and bada bang, done. But honestly, they are way, way better when you boil them after. Some people say they do it in reverse. I'm going to guess it does the same thing. But, yeah, it's great. Did I say Mick Jagger? Not me. Juicier, definitely juicier. They're really, really, really good. Philly says, come to Denver, Chrome, bring Cruisy. Dan and Tina say, I boil, then fry. And that's the opposite from what I watched on the 2 YouTube videos. So, boil, then fry. So it was fry, then boil. Then it was a little fry afterwards, after all the water's kind of gone away. So it was kind of like fry, boil, fry. But, yeah, they worked. I'll try it the other way. Because everybody in my comments seemed to say, no, Chrome, that's wrong. You got to boil, then fry. That makes sense, but... Dan's like, I'm dyslexic. Oh, Kathy, thank you for the super chat. I love the new cruise design. Hope it comes in a t-shirt. Yes, it will come in a t-shirt. It'll just be the Cruisy design right there on the front. And we might do the little Cruisy signature on there somewhere too. I'm not really too sure. We'll see when we start getting into pressing shirts. But Amanda broke our shirt press. Jokes. No, for real. Amanda broke the shirt press. She busted it. She completely broke it. She got mad at the shop, and she started to punch it, and she started to kick it. She started calling me all sorts of bad names. No, she didn't. I was joking. Knew she didn't. But no, we have a problem. Man, it's like, liar. No, I phoned her yesterday. She's like, whoa, the shirt press just made a noise. And how she said it was, she's like, the shirt press went, and she's like, no, it sounded like, it was so funny to hear her explain on how it sounded. But she turned around to take my phone call. It made a little electrical noise, and that was it. It just stopped. So as of right now, we can't press any more shirts until we get it fixed. I'm going to pull the shirt press apart probably tomorrow and see if I can find the cause of it and send some pictures into the Stalls company, which we bought the press from, and see if they can find the problem. And we might buy a backup shirt press, so in these situations we still got one, so we can still keep making shirts. So Amanda came in here all gung-ho to get ready for a shirt sale, and after pressing 100 shirts, it was like, as Amanda would say, that's what it did, according to her. Amanda, you want to phone me and tell everybody what it sounds like? That's so funny. Chrome, are you worried about the weight at all on the interior of the build out on the Mercedes van? Yes, absolutely. So we are going into this Sprinter build being a lot more weight conscious than I was on this van, 100% for sure. So, hold on, did I miss something here? Sorry. So yeah, we're definitely going to be going a lot less on the weight. So on here, if you look at this, that is a, what, 5/8, I'm going to guess? 5/8 wood. That's probably 1/2 inch on the top. So we're talking like a 5/8 piece of wood here, and then a full 1/2 inch piece on the top with some circles cut in it. All this chunk of weight. This is a heavy door. It doesn't need to be that heavy, but we weren't thinking weight when we built this van, where in the Mercedes, Andy's gonna do like hollow, we're not gonna do double boards like this just to make it fancy, but on the back of some things, Andy's gonna probably cut out, maybe not on the doors, but in the back side of the cabinets, cut little honeycombs out of all this here, cutting out half the weight of the door. So we're gonna do that in a lot of places on that Mercedes just to keep the weight down. And it's going to be a really fun build, and I think that's going to be a really good build series, because we're going to custom do that thing at Andy's shop. Like, I have an idea of, I want to keep it a little bit simple, but I want to add some really cool features to it that's like, when you walk in, you're like, oh, dude, that is sick. Like a traditional build, but some elements to it that are like, oh, dude, that's wild. That's pretty cool. I don't know what those things look like quite yet, but that's my thought. James, does anyone burn incense? I know I don't. Yep, Steve, carnivore diet, no more bubbles. The bubbles are a thing of the past. They will not be coming with me in the new van. Maybe we'll trade the bubbles for a honeycomb look. I like the honeycomb look. It's pretty cool. I seen a material. Sorry, I'm trying to lean on something here. I seen a black metal, so sorry, a black wood, black honeycomb wood. No. Plywood. I don't know. I don't know what it's called. This is it. This plywood. It's really freaking cool. I see it done in a lot of camper van builds in the garage and things like that. I think it just gives it an element of toughness, but I think I would like to do some of this stuff in my actual build itself. Like, that looks pretty aggressive when you look at it that way. I'm trying to find a shot where it doesn't look so aggressive. Right there. Looks so good. That's just the finish that's put on the top of the plywood. I think it's meant for, like, you know, durability. But I see a lot of van builds that are using that, and I'm thinking about doing some of this stuff in the Mercedes. So I really, really dig in that black on wood look. I'm pretty sure Andy will guide me in some other direction with some cool ideas, but I love that black on wood look. Find some shots in here. It's just so sexy, that look. Yeah, I don't have any in here. Nope. Nah. Nope. Yeah, I don't know. I think that black on wood, it's just really, really appealing to me right now. Ruby's like, no, that would get dirty fast. Have you seen the inside of my shop? Everybody said the same thing about my shop. Don't do black. It's going to get dirty fast. It's going to look like garbage. My shop looks incredible, and that black was a smart idea. Black makes everything else pop off the front of it. 100%. My shop is a screaming testimonial to black looks so good. But it's got to be a mix. Like, I don't want to do all black in the van. It'll be like just wood with very, very selective, sexy black accents. Like, that's sexy. Black on the bottom of the cabinet, wood on the top. That looks slick. Ooh, like this one here. That looks so sexy. The black and wood? Whoo! I don't like the design though, but I do like the idea of the black making the wood pop off. That's the kind of style I'm vibing with the new van. Yeah, yeah. I think it's pretty slick. And there's some cool, I screenshot some really, really rad builds. Asaya, thank you. Black would look pretty sick. Yeah, and that's so many choices. It's so many choices that I didn't realize that building a van would be so stressful. Because putting this thing together wasn't really stressful. It was just like you had an idea and it just came to life. But the new ones, just there's so many elements that go into building something that large that the small camper van doesn't have to go through that kind of a stressful process. Like these are a little bit more basic, where when you're doing something that big, it's a bit stressful. Daggle Pup, is that how you pronounce that? Whoever gifted me the membership, you're a real one. Ah, so cool. Someone gifted you a membership. Wicked. Hopefully those of you guys who get gifted memberships enjoy what we do over there and stick around as a member. I appreciate it. It's been fun. You should work with Statter Camper Van and get his new Sienna built out, sponsored by Van Toys. We don't do van build stuff, but honestly, if Statter Camper Van ever needs anything, Scott, reach out to me. If there's something I can be helpful with you, let's work together, bro. I am down. I like Scott. He's a great dude. Hey Siri, phone Scott, Static Camper Van.
Calling Scott Static Camper Van.
Let's do that. Let's wake his ass up. Watch him not answer. You better answer. Really, bro? It's 8:30. You can't be in bed, bro. It's Friday night, baby.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 760.
Ah! Thanks, Scott! I gotta text him now. I just called you on a live stream. Now you made me feel like I'm not cool enough to have Static Camper Van answer my call. Period. Love you, bro. Hope you're doing great. It would have been funny. Get your ass up, Chrome Skull. I mean, it is 8:30. Static is wiped out from working on his build. Oh yeah, man. I get it, man. If he's been working on his van build, that stuff's some tiring shit. What's up, Chrome? What did I miss? Not a whole lot. We just been sitting here shooting the shit. Still waiting. Still wanting a quad? Yeah. I just can't afford a quad. It won't be happening this year. If I didn't buy the Sprinter build, I think we could have afforded a quad. But sorry, if I didn't buy the Sprinter, we could have afforded a quad. But now that we got the Sprinter, then we got to build the Sprinter out. Quad is not happening this year. I really want one though. I really, really want one. Wood is the only material you can use for cabinets and counters? No, I just filmed a guy I was camping with a handful of videos back that used aluminum for all of his framing, and then he used like vinyl plank flooring for all of his cabinet fronts. Everything's in there is aluminum. His build is super, super light. That's a cool idea. Wanting to win a quad on roll up the rim. Yeah, that'd be wicked. I rolled up the rim today. It didn't give me shit. So if anybody doesn't know, Tim Hortons up here, they have a thing every once in a while where you buy a coffee and on the cup you roll up the rim and there's prizes underneath the rim of the cup. Today it said, please play again. It happens. You know what? I threw in my last coffee cup. I forgot to roll the rim up. Not the last one, the one before that. What if I threw a quad out? Because they're giving away quads right now. What if I threw a quad out by accident? Oh, that would suck. Chrome, do you put maple syrup on your bacon? No, but that is a damn good idea. I have had that before, but I haven't cooked it myself. I had someone else cook it. It was so delicious. They made it in an oven. Huh. Really, really good. Relevant Traveler, Tim's coffee is not good anymore. You are absolutely correct. Tim Hortons coffee is not good. I go to Tim Hortons because I like their bagels. And while I'm there, I get a coffee because I am there. But their coffee is not good. Tim Hortons does not make a good cup of coffee. I 100% agree. And Tim Hortons is an American company anyway. They used to be Canadian. Now they're not. They're an American company. Hermano, unless you get a dark roast. Dark roast is okay. It's not... See, like, I think the only way a Tim Hortons coffee is good is if you get a dark roast with a shot of espresso. Now it's an okay coffee. Bearable. But I am still not a big Tim Hortons fan. But their bagels, I'll go there every morning just because of it. Alicia says that, yeah, I've heard it's gone downhill. I live by a small Tim's. You hate it in North Van, Chrome. Does Canada have a Dunkin' Donuts? No. In Canada, our Tim Hortons is like the Dunkin' Donuts in the USA. Oh. Static Camper Van just messaged me back, says, dude, I'm sorry I was driving. Nice to hear from you. You're the coolest. That's funny. I'm gonna send him a hug. Dunkin' Donuts in Boston, pre-marathon, gotta have it. Wicked. Mike just said double to get rid of the coffee taste. That's about right. Do you have Starcrack EI? Yeah, we do have a Starbucks. Yep. There's even one not far from my shop here. Benjamin Ford says, I live in a car. I'm jealous of you and what you got going on. Aw, wicked, Ben. Nice to have you watching the channel. There's been a ton of car campers out, man. We've been seeing so much car campers on this island. It's been bonkers. I think there's more people living in cars now than vans. There's been a ridiculous amount of them. Yeah, I hear this from a lot of people. Authentically Odd says Starbucks tastes like the beans are burnt. Quite a few people say that. Static Camper Van's on here. What's up, buddy? I'm a truck camper gal. Alicia said, I saw a video about Parksville. They're considering a lot for car campers. I don't think they're going to do that. I know a lot of people talk about doing that. I honestly don't think that if they put a parking lot for van lifers that people will stay there. You know, I think those parking lots that people would use them, the ones that are broken down on the edge of being completely homeless, can't afford to drive, can't afford insurance, and can't afford to move every day. Those are the ones I think that will use that parking lot, which is fine. Like if you want to give them a place for everybody to park, but I have a funny feeling that those people would stay there. That would be like, you know, how they have like tent villages. You know, the homeless guys build tent villages. I think those parking lots will become car villages. I honestly do. Be car villages and RV villages. You know, I don't think that those would be widely used by travelers that are always on the move all the time. Virginia says, yes, Starbucks does taste burnt. I think if you want expert coffee advice, you need to ask Static Campervan. I think he's in the stream right now. He would give you expert coffee advice. That's all he does. Wakes up, drinks coffee, has a nap, drinks coffee, has a nap, drinks coffee. I don't know if you have naps. I'm just trying to give you something to do during the day. Goes to bed, wakes up in the middle of the night, drinks coffee, wakes up, goes back to bed, wakes up in the middle of the night, drinks coffee, and then goes back to bed, wakes up in the morning, drinks coffee. At least that's what I picture a Static Campervan's life is like. just in a world of coffee. Mike says, you need another raise, Amanda. Hey, Mike, you want a job? Once we get our heat press fixed, we need someone to come help fold some shirts. Static Campervan says, 49th Parallel is a great Canadian coffee. I will have to check that out. SFG, great job on your website. Thank you. The website's not quite complete. We still have a bunch more products to put on there, but it looks great. But the products that we will be adding to it will be down the line a little bit. Like, that's not something that's going to happen anytime soon, but we do have some more really cool stuff going on there. Houseless does not equal homeless. That is correct. Bean North roasted in Yukon has been my favorite so far. Cool. I don't think I've had that one. Oh, I missed a comment. Darn it. Reading things on my phone is hard sometimes. I missed it. How long would it take to build out the new van you have, do you think? So honestly, if I had a team of people here, we could probably get that thing built in 4 months. Or less if I had a bigger team. But because my team is in Ontario, that's where it's going to slow down this build. I mean, the slow part about this build is money. That's the truth. We could go all in right now, but I just don't have the funds to fund a build like that. It is a huge build with a lot of major moving parts in it and a lot of things that I don't want to cheap out on at the beginning because you got one time to do it. So money is my biggest holdback for going all in right now, because by the time that's done, that's a lot of shirts we got to sell. Let me tell you that. It's a lot of shirts we got to sell to cover that build. But that thing's probably going to take me, we'll work on it here now for March, probably a fair amount between March and April. Then I'm going to leave for a little while in May, go on a little adventure in May. Come back, we'll wrap up a few things in July. Then late August, we are taking the Mercedes to Ontario. So there's not that much time left here, really. So late August, we're taking the van to Ontario. We're going to park it for a month in Ontario, go travel in a rental camper van for a while, then start the build in September. So the build will be done September, October, November, somewhere in that time frame there, and then driving it back here. But I'm going to guess it's done by Christmas. So right now we got what? February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 10 months. Probably won't be that long, but you get the point. I'm just trying to be realistic. Finances, man. This if you've never built a van before, it is expensive. No, that's no joke for sure. I got to tell you one thing. If I want to build that thing in a timely manner, we better start making some damn videos. Do they make good Canadian beers? Yep. We have a lot of really great breweries out here. If you're talking about like factory beers, no. Like if you talk about like Molson Canadian factory shit, no. But when it comes to breweries, hell yes. I went out for dinner tonight and I had myself a amazing IPA at a brewery in Qualicum called Fern and Cedar. They have this great something IPA. It's really good. Oh, we're partying, man. That's it. One can down. Thirst Media. I fell in love with beers living in Alaska now. Happy birthday, Matthew. Alicia says, Chrome, Squamish has a new microbrewery in the new section. Cool. I haven't been out there in a while, man. We should make a little trek out there one of these times. I haven't been going to the mainland as much because my daughter's been coming over here. Oh, it's so good to have her have a driver's license. It's beautiful. And she's got a girlfriend out here, which is awesome. So she comes over to see her, and then she comes to see her dad, which has been awesome. Backcountry Brewing. I've been to Backcountry Brewing. That's been there for years. It's a good brewery, that one. It's nice in there. That's been there for that's been there for a long time. I know when I was out there, and that was there too back then. Steve Carnivore Diet, if you were to sell your E250, this one, how much would I ask? I wouldn't sell this van. I couldn't sell this van to somebody knowing how much rust is underneath it. I wouldn't feel good about it. There's no way. No damn way. You know what I mean? Because it's been in my home for years, and it's trusty and reliable enough to me, but I know the amount of rust work that's needed on this thing. It would break my heart to have somebody buy this and have to deal with that rust on their own. I think if I were to ever sell this van, I would like to try and do all the rust work myself first. That way, when it goes to the new owner, it's got a new engine, new transmission, beautiful suspension. We'll repaint the interior nice and clean, give everything a nice, spit and polish, and get it ready to go, and fix up everything on the outside. I think I would rather sell it and feel good. You know what I mean? Feel good that person's going to have many years of good travel ahead of them without worrying about things like, I don't know, putting their poo bucket in the middle of the kitchen, then accidentally falling through a floor because there's a rust hole in it. Who knows? It's possible. Yeah. Bye, Dan and Tina. It's probably a good idea to go to bed. I think I'm going to do the same thing. It's just right time. It's like, 8:45? Seems like a good time to go to bed. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with me on a Friday night. It's just cool to sit in the van and just kind of chit-chat. Sometimes you just kind of need a night to hang out with you guys, and I really appreciate it. So tomorrow, there's a little bit of backcountry in the video tomorrow, and then we make our way back into Parksville and check out the update, what's going on at the shop. And we also got some gifts from some people. So if you're still watching this right now and you guys want to send Cruisy a toy or something thoughtful for me, I don't need any gifts, but you send Cruisy something, no problem. The address is on the website, vantoys.com. Scroll to the bottom. The address of the shop is right there. You're welcome to ship us whatever you guys want. Okay? Cool. All right, guys. We done. Peace out. Ending this. Ready? Ready? See ya.